Hey man, so this one, we can get into this. Probably this is, I want to say, probably will be controversial to a lot of folks out there. And
here we go. Here we go.
And it's not because anything bad. I just think it's just how people think. We seen a clip. Either you sent it to me, I sent it to you. We both watched it. Whatever. It was on iGram. I tried to find it. I couldn't find it, but it was my man talking about.
You see the iGram? Like an iPhone? It's the iPhone. Is it the new iPhone? The iGram.
On the gram. Old folks.
Yeah, he's talking like an old man already. On the interwebs. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
But my man was talking about the name of your business. And he was saying like we need to stop as a certain demographic, as a certain Latino community.
Oh yeah, my man was spitting game. He was spitting game that they needed to hear.
And he goes, "We got to get away."
That specific group needed to hear.
He was saying like, "Yo, we got to get out of this naming our business our last name."
That's machismo.
Yeah.
Oh God, you gotta. You know how it is. If you guys grew up in certain cultures carry a certain amount of, I feel it's unnecessary pride when it comes to their name. And I understand the whole, you know what I mean, historically. And it's always going to be something, this is my name, whatever. Yeah. But you don't got to slap your name on everything.
So my man ended up saying like, he was saying like, yo, as the Latino community or pretty much anything, like I would say, he goes, we got to start putting our last name on things.
Just stop.
It's gonna it deters from a lot of clients reaching out because they're just gonna think, oh, you're just that type of business. Yeah. And when my man was holding it down, he wasn't worried about hurting no one's feelings. He wasn't coming from that way. You know what I mean? But I was listening to it and I was just like, he makes some good points. At the same time, this is not, because there are people with established businesses that are doing well from the South that have
Yes. We're not saying that it's a problem.
Yes.
But for those of you questioning or wondering why you're only appealing to a certain type, that, like, say if we were to name and it doesn't even just have to be a last name. I could give examples of other names, like let's say in the detailing world, if we put
Raider Nation Detailing.
Yeah, or low key detailing, or the plug detailing. Like you're gonna get you're targeting a certain market for yourself. And don't get mad when you pigeonholed yourself into a certain where you can't quite get out of that. Reynoso changed his to Paradise.
Yeah, he rebranded.
Yeah.
Looks nice.
Yes. But he knew at a certain point, like, this shit ain't gonna cut it.
So, this would be a good conversation I would like to have.
Yeah. Next time we're out in LA, Reynoso, we'll hit you up. We'll definitely talk about
it. Shout out to Paradise.
Paradise. Because I would like to see what's changed and what's happened from an operational perspective.
It might have been a total reset. I'm changing this. I'm getting this.
Because most of the time I don't agree with rebrands. It's
hard to do.
Yes, very difficult to do.
It's hard to do.
It's hard to do for anybody. But let's give a good example of rebranding. Cracker Barrel.
Okay.
Remember a few months ago when Cracker Barrel they changed the photo or something on it, had everybody going, what? They spent millions on change. They even redid like the restaurant, the inside, like the decor and all that stuff. So many complaints, they had to go back. They reverted back to what it was. So a rebrand can mess you up. Like Round Table Pizza, their rebrand,
they did it nice.
Shit, I don't like it. I think it's nasty.
Well, I think they tried to up it.
Yeah,
that was 15, 20 years ago where they did it?
I don't know, but I'm not liking it with like that font and stuff. It looks like a 90s tattoo type of.
One that did work for them, I think, is that it worked out for them was Kia and Hyundai. They rebranded, and they rebranded for the.
It looks better, almost like when you're, and that's a good thing about rebranding. If you're kind of like hitting the lower demographic, like. You ain't really going much lower. Like you a rebrand, maybe the thing you need to do to get you somewhere else. But yeah, we've seen guys do rebrand like Surface.
His shit's
clean, man. His shit is fresh. There's a lot of guys that do. Even Mint did a rebrand. He got the flamingo joint on his thing.
Omar, he kept the same name, but he changed it up.
Yeah. There's a lot that can go within a rebrand, but I think the name and that's the first impression for anything. For me, as a consumer, when I hear certain words or certain things, I already know what time it is over there. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I already know what's going on over there.
Yeah.
So if I'm seeing something and it says discount mattress, I'm staying away from it. If it says something like food for less, I don't want nothing to do with it, because for me, it's like, food ain't supposed to be cheap. That's one thing we probably shouldn't be compromising as of the stuff we put in our body. That's just my opinion, but there's certain things that are going to obviously draw a certain type of audience or clientele or potential clientele. So brand should be trying to target something. That should be the purpose of the brand, to target something. From my perspective as a consumer, if I see something that I'm unfamiliar with, then I kind of stay away from it. There's companies where I'll go onto their Instagram, and just because of the name, if it's a name that I'm not familiar with, like a different culture, a different cultural name, like maybe it's Indian or another type of language that I'm unfamiliar with, and it says that on that, I'm like, okay, well, my immediate assumption is, oh, that's probably who they're servicing most of. Real estate agents do it a lot. Mm-hmm. Real estate agents do it a lot. Like and that's cool if you only want to deal with those clients, but you're making it very difficult on yourself to draw other clientele to you. And another thing that dude said in that video was, he goes, because he was Latino in the video. We'll find the clip, we'll put it up. But he goes, what are Latinos usually, what's a perception of most Latinos in the workforce? What are they? They're the laborers. They're generally doing the work.
Yeah.
So that's the perception you're putting out when you put a Latino name with the business. And I'm not saying all businesses, but in certain. And then obviously when they either bring it to your shop or you drop off or whatever it is, or maybe it's an AC company or something, HVAC, if they come and you looking all grimy, shit ain't on point, your shop's a mess, then you're like, okay, I did make the wrong choice. Amigos Tires.
Shout out to all them cats that's been running their business for a while, and you got your name associated with. Shout out to you guys, man.
And that's a different thing. That's a reputation building. That's doing things right. And we're not saying in any way. We're just pointing out what this guy. We thought it was a really good point, and we've heard other people say it too. But my man said it like that. He goes, "We just got to stop this." He goes, it's hurting you. It's hurting your business. You're wondering why you're not getting certain things. This is why. Like, why do you have? He goes, none of my companies have anything to do with my name. Mm-hmm. And he goes, Acme this, Precision this, and I was like, I never thought about putting my name ever on anything.
Well, unless you got a cool name.
I'm not a celebrity. What do I need to put my name on something? Like, not Jay Leno. If it was like Jay Leno's Detailing, okay, I could make some money out of that. But Joel Valenzuela's Detailing, okay, whatever. But sometimes you just can't think of a name.
Yeah.
So they're like, okay, well, I'll just slap my name. You're gonna start right now? Yeah, I'm gonna slap my name on it. We'll be good. But then there's some people too who have, like Raul does.
Serrano.
Yeah, like Ralda's, I already know. Yo, Ralda, like I know Ralda. If Ralda's name was if his business was a different name, I don't think I'd remember him as much. Yeah. Because I like his name. It sounds nice. It's, you know what I mean? Like that's him. Like he's built that reputation. He has built the same thing with Serrano. He's built that reputation, like people are not, when they see that, because those guys are also what? They're referred. It's word of mouth. That's how they're getting their clientele from their work, from their style of business, from their reputation. So that supersedes everything.
Yeah, and then
that will supersede anything. So it doesn't matter what.
And then with Serrano comes proper. He comes with his uniform.
Yeah.
He comes with his customer service.
Yeah.
He comes looking legit.
Yeah.
So,
and his price ain't no joke either.
Yeah.
So those are things that I think a lot of people need to take into consideration, because you could get deep in it. You're maybe like 5, 6, 7, 8 years into your business. It's like, yo, man, you may have missed out on another 20% of potential clients that you didn't convert on.
Definitely a big
or
deal.
they didn't even go further to.
If there's a whole business dedicated to branding, that's when you know it's a big deal. There's people making a lot of money off doing people's branding, because it makes that much of a difference. What's the Asian cat? That's what he does. I
don't know his name.
You know what I mean?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
that dude is fresh with it. And he talks about the importance of branding, man, and he makes you start thinking about certain things. So a lot of things to consider, man, when you're starting out.
It's not just, people think branding overall is just a logo. A logo is one aspect of the brand. The brand is everything. The brand is the experience. The brand is the reputation. The brand is the look. The brand is the outcomes. The brand is everything. One person.
Brand is the culture.
Yes. The one person put it into the best way that they can, that I've ever heard it, when they talked about branding. They said, you have a circus. They're like, okay, you have the ringmaster and the lions and stuff. That's your logo. You have, and these are just examples. You have your the bearded lady. So you have all these parts of then you have the motorcycle guys. You have all different parts, the trapeze people. You have all these different parts of the circus.
The midgets.
The clown. Of course you got the clowns. But the circus itself is the brand. Those are little aspects of your business, and all of that together is the brand. So the name should be synonymous, in my opinion, with something like, I know Serrano, interior specialist. Ralda, my man got the remote starts on everything. He got a solution for something, and all of his shit is metal. When people are like, oh man, your branding is off the hook. Well, okay, what do you like about the branding? Oh, it just looks, I'm like, no, that's a logo. Like, you're talking about a logo. That's completely different than branding. Like, what's the branding? What else is out there that's different? And branding is not an easy thing to do. It's not easy to build, because it's all reputation. It's all reputation. So everybody already has a perception of a brand. Think of the brands. There is something already immediately in your mind connected with that. You know what you're getting over there, or you know what you're not getting over there, based off of the reputation that they have built. So that's the bigger picture of branding, and all the other stuff comes along with it. You know, it's not like some people are like, oh man, your branding is off the hook, because people put their name on everything that they have, every tool, you know what I'm saying? And people are like, oh man, that's brand. That's a lot of brand. It's like, nah, man, that's just a big mess. Like, that's shameless promotion, in my opinion.
What's my man's name? He's down in the South. His name is Drip King. I was like, man, I fucking like that.
That's
name.
a nice one.
That's a cool one.
Yeah. And you hear that name, it's like, you better be coming correct with a name like Drip King, son. Don't be coming whack with a name like Drip King.
If you got
some big shoes to fill. You got
anything with the word king in it, you better be coming with it.
Yeah.
It's
usually the other way around. Go ahead.
I was reading the comments.
King? Who you calling the king?
Kang. Drip Kang.
Some of you don't call yourself kings and queens. You need to stop with that. You don't fit the criteria, homeboy.
You're far from pimping. Go on with that, Playboy.
That's another subject. That's another podcast.
You don't say nothing about no king about you.
And nothing wrong with you. You got shout out to all the kings. Sacramento Kings.
I was reading the comments, and the comments. Of course, you had the comments where people just get butthurt. Oh man, I'm not. You're trying to insult my daddy's name. It's like, it's not. You know what I mean? But the cats took it there already. Yeah. I was like, okay, my man's not even talking about that. And obviously,
but that's why my grandmama gave me that name.
It's like, okay, but there was other people that were actually trying to have a conversation, and one of the dudes was like, well, I understand what you're saying, but what if I want to target that? That's what I'm targeting.
Oh, they go all out. They go all out, baby. I was like,
go ahead,
go all out, baby.
I was like, if that's what your clientele is, and yeah. If it makes business sense.
Yeah. If your last name is Lopez, you better have the flags on there. You better have you who does that nice? Dave. Remember Dave's Auto Detailing? Oh, Smooth Dave.
Sacramento?
I think it was Sacramento.
Oh, yeah.
He says, I think, what is he? He's Greek.
He's European or something.
Yeah, I think he might be Greek or
fly brother.
Something. But he targets nothing but his people. Yeah. He's like, he goes, we got a big community out here. He goes, I hold them down. They take care of me. This is how we.
Yeah.
I get it, man. That's that. And he targets them nice.
Yeah.
He got everybody in his cultural, association in region, because I guess it's highly populated in that region. He goes, there's a lot of us around. And he says it like, he's saying it from a true business perspective. He's like, there's a lot of us out here. So he's doing all their high-end vehicles. Shout out to Dave.
I'm just so glad, like when you're starting a business, right? All that is very huge in the beginning steps. I'm just so glad we're past all that stuff is done, because that's a
lot of the work. Yeah.
That's a lot of to do it right.
Yes,
to do it right. That's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. It's to have effective branding and targeting. It's more than just people. You don't get that with ads. That's the key factor. You don't get that with ads.
And that's why I'm here, because that was already done.
Yeah.
I joined the team.
Yeah.
I was like, you got that done. Okay.
Yeah. The ads, they have pros and cons. You're obviously throwing out a bigger net. You have a bigger reach, but also you have more of everything. You may have some more good clients, or you may have some more bad clients. So it's all based around the business model that you want to have. Some people need ads to keep the machine going. Some people are like, nah, I don't, because everything is referral based. I got a small operation. I have very little overhead, this, that, whatever. So based off of your model, it's how much I think to create a business that you want to have longevity in. And this is from me coming from a restaurant background, retail background, detailing background, even medical operations background. What I see is those people going after and putting all the efforts where they want to be immediately at the beginning stages. That way they're learning how to do all of those things, and all those issues are confronted with them on the forefront, instead of them worried about the technical side in learning, like where everybody I need to know how to polish. I know, playa, you need to know how to get customers. You need to know how to present yourself. You need to know how to communicate.
Hey, you know who goes in depth a lot about that a lot of times? I don't listen to him as much. Is Oscar Detail Groove.
Yeah,
he puts it down on that for the guys coming. He goes, you don't need to be doing all that.
Now, you don't need to be doing none of that.
Yeah,
you literally you don't need anything. You don't need much. You just need a bucket, and you need to work on your interpersonal skills. So
people are watching, like, you guys say you don't need much, but you guys have 1,000 different chemicals. That's a different story, pimping.
Yeah, we're playing in a different league than I was when I started.
That's different.
When I started, I was with I realized, and I think a lot of the guys that are really successful all say the same thing. They were like, I was more concerned with like the grind and the hustle and the capture of the client, and it wasn't because I think part of it was like, a lot of us put our back up against the wall to do this thing. Whether you got a shop or you're mobile or whatever, a lot of us just kind of said, my back's against the wall. I got to get this money however I got to get this money. And you figure out real quick what's not working, or at least you should, when your back's up against the wall. There's no time to play games. Like, I'm not here to play any games with any client or waste anybody's time on either side of the coin. Like, people know as soon as they come to us, whether it's for consulting, other detailers or small businesses, whether it's training, whether it's onboarding, kind of like understanding their business a little bit more, whatever it is, or they're a client looking to get their car done. Like, you're starting a relationship with us. I'm not going to put any energy into this until I know you're serious.
Well, today, the job we did today, we got done, hit the client up. They're like, man, you're already done? It's like, well, yeah, we'll mess around.
Yeah.
That's to let you know.
That's the expectation.
That's to let you know set. When you need something.
We're here.
Yeah.
We got you. But at the same time, you know, okay, these guys, if I got to drop my car off to them at 8 o'clock, it needs to be there at 8 o'clock also. Like, you're setting a standard with these things. And it's imperative that you do those in the beginning. Otherwise, it's like never training your dog and then getting mad every single day that he takes a shit in the house.
Well, if like you're starting out on watching our videos and watching just detail, you could go, there's a million different rabbit holes you could go down. Yeah. And now we just opened up another rabbit hole. Like, I didn't even think about that much significance to my business name. It's like, yeah, man, there's a million ways to capitalize or not capitalize.
It all makes a difference. Listen, I'll tell you how big of a deal is. We got a perfect example when we talked about the cultural thing, Koshemi.
Okay.
Most people can't pronounce it.
That's why I say KCX, baby.
Well, that's why they branded KCX. That's why they said we're shortening it to KCX.
Uh-huh.
Was that a good move? Hell yes, it was a good move, because there was a little bit of and I wouldn't say it's going to be I guess you could kind of call it maybe a deterrent, but it was something in the marketplace that's obviously different. It's a little bit more complex than most brands to begin with. And then you put a name on top of that where people can't even talk about it, or they're like, oh, that brand, blah, blah, blah. Or they feel embarrassed. You want people to talk about your brand. So KCX, that was a perfect solution for that from a branding perspective, and for them to say, okay, well, now, like, we don't even got to work. Because I'm sure that the salespeople and the people that work for them got tired of saying, how's it pronounced? How's it pronounced? If anything, for the savings and the mental clarity of not having to deal with that shit, just call KCX.
KCX, baby.
Yeah, but that's maybe you don't want to do your name. Just do ATG detailing. That sounds better than, you know what I mean? Like, it may be.
Again, guys, if you're established or even if you're new, we're not saying this is a simple conversation.
Just keep it in mind. The guy had brought it up, and we've heard this on different occasions too with other things. And they also say, like, if somebody wants to acquire your business too, that makes it kind of difficult, because then they got to go through the rebranding, and that may not. Okay, let's just put it this way: you gotta whenever we have somebody come over, at least when I've ever had people come over to anywhere that's like a service person, and they come to my house, and I ask them like something like, what's like, say if it's I don't know, Juan's Garage. If I take my car to Juan's Garage, I'm gonna assume the first guy I see is Juan.
Yeah.
Hey, you Juan?
Yeah.
They're like, oh no, I'm not Juan. You know what I mean? It's a brother. It's a black dude. Juan?
I'm Dominican. I'm Dominican. Just
I go, what was a football player's name?
Which what?
There was a football player. There was Julio Jones.
Oh yeah.
It might have been like a Julio Jones. He's like, yeah, my name's Juan. What's up? No, but that's another thing too, especially like a service person, where they if you're gonna put your name on it, I say you gotta almost be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got almost. I'm gonna be bad if Josh V's detailing was called Josh V's detailing, and I book an appointment with Josh V and it ain't Josh V.
Oh yeah.
I'm be like, yo, what's up?
Yeah.
I'll be like, hey, yo, Josh.
Wait, man, it's not what I paid for.
Yeah. I'm expecting to see you. That's like, yeah. So.
Well, even now, like when we show up, when one of us get out first, we go doing some in the vans. Hey, where's Joel? Yeah. Oh man, he's oh okay. Yeah. I'll pay for both you guys to be here. Where's Sal at? Hold on, Playboy. We are. The whole team is here.
All right, hold on. He's just wrapping up a text. All right.
Even the third man. Even when we have over the third man, like, yo, where's the young blood at? I was like, hey, we don't need him today.
But yeah, that's a very good, nice little topic there. In a lot of our older videos, remember we used to talk about stuff like this all the time, like deeper, where it was more. And I think a lot of people at the beginning did get offended by things that we were saying at the beginning, but the goal has always been to like, let's take some self-reflection, like let's really look at what we're doing and see how we can do it better as a community, as detailers, whether that's shop, mobile, traveling, whatever. Like try to see what we can do to improve things. And I have seen a lot of people change a lot of things in their business that have done a lot of good. And it's part of development. Like Steve Jobs did not stay in the garage.
No.
He didn't stay in the garage. And that's what business looks like at the beginning. A lot of raw businesses look like, you ever see those where the startups and where shit started? It's all fucked up.
You know what's a good one who did it well, and the movie talks about it, is the Wolf of Wall Street. Remember they were on in the garage.
Oh yeah, and then they were that nasty.
He moved. Then he made up the name, Strokeman Onk or something like that. His name,
I think it was whatever.
Yeah, but it was just like, nah, this sounds powerful, and it was like, it showed did. It sounds like you.
He even had the lion. Yeah, had the lion walking through the office. But yeah, there's a perception that comes along with your name and your reputation. So again, if you establish that reputation, you don't got to worry about any of that stuff.
Again, shout out to those guys that you got the last name, you've been in business, you're booming. Like, be proud of that.
Yeah,
you went against the grain.
Yes, and that is something
so
to be proud of.
So hell yeah, shout out to
because some people, and I know sometimes too, that's a driving factor of motivation for some people. Are like, yo, man, my name is on this. Like, I care about it that much. My name is on it. So hats off to you and do your thing, but don't do it out of the sake of just, it's my name, I don't have anything else, because you can be drawing the wrong folks to you. But again, if that's where you want to be, that's where you want to be. So branding as a whole can change that outcome of what you're getting or what you're exposed to. Even on your Instagrams and stuff, people don't realize, like the social media stuff, like the music you use is, if you're playing the top 40 Lil Poppy stuff, like you may be getting a different demographic than if you're playing some hardcore gangster rap. I like the ones that can play whatever they want, and it's cool. But like even me, if I'm looking for something and I see too much of something, I'm like, like you are getting a feel for this business. It's like a little small website or like a peek into your business. Like, what's going on over here? And that's the way I look as a consumer. I'm paying attention to everything.
I'm sure you got it before, but I got it before. And they're like, "Hey, you're not worried about the rap music that you play?" And I was like, "That's part of our culture.
Like, that's us.
That's our culture. That's us. And not only that, that was a big part of the '90s, '90s and '80s was that music. You didn't have to be in whatever they're talking about, but that was part of growing up. And it was like, no, that's our thing.
Yeah, that's if it's something, and we've learned for us as operators that the more stuff we put into it, that's truly us, the more people respond to it. They're like, oh, that's cool too. Like, okay, I'm down with that. Like, it's not, and I think everything should first be done in a tasteful manner, obviously.
And that's subjective. That's always going to be subjective.
Yes. Man. So, maybe tread lightly on some of the, there's things that we just don't do because it's not appropriate for the brand. There's certain things where certain expectations and standards where it's okay for one brand, but it's not okay for other brands. You know what I mean? And I think that comes from maybe their core clientele or demographic, or maybe it actually fits well with this brand. Like, oh, that fits perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like that's great. Like if Mint wanted to start doing some Scarface stuff on his, that would be pretty inappropriate for somebody in California. But my man's out there in Miami. He got he could throw some clips of Scarface in there, do a real fly, do it to where people can kind of, you know what I mean? where they can.
That's highly encouraged for him.
Yes, because that's within brand. That's on brand. That's something that's, you know what I mean? If you think of Miami, you think of certain stuff like that. So there's ways you can do it, but I think there's also a creative in a aesthetic that needs to be really fine-tuned and understood before you start venturing into that type of stuff.
Great conversation, man. Yeah. There's going to be a part 2 of this because I want to sit down with people that are on both sides of the spectrum.
Yeah.
That do it both. You know what I mean? We get some good feedback, some good dialogue.
Yeah.
Just interesting conversation, man.
Yeah. And this was just a topic that I didn't know we were going to have today. I just asked Sal last night, say, you want to think of something, we'll shoot a podcast real quick. And this is what he came up with. But I think it's a great topic. It both had us talking about it when we saw that clip. And let us know what you think. And catch you guys on the next one.